Hey YouTube, it's your girl Rich Aunt and welcome back to my channel. Here you see a sketch that I did a while back, and I really liked doing the sketch so much so that I decided to go ahead and make it a painting. Eventually I had the time, so I decided to go ahead and pull out my wood panel and create that lovely beauty, make it a reality. And that's pretty much my process for the most part, how I do a lot of my pieces. I sketch them out first because I get the ideas, and then maybe I have a project or something that I'm currently working on, but I don't want to forget about the details of whatever it is that I was inspired by at the moment. So I decide to go ahead and render a cute little sketch, kind of like a storyboard. There's notes usually, color swatches, and even my thoughts and feelings of how I currently feel at the time. So yeah, this piece is gouache mostly. I would say 90% gouache. I do use some watercolor and some prismacolors, and it's on wood, obviously. And believe it or not, I am using a very cheap student grade gouache. I'm using Reeves, and I actually like it. I really do. I know that there are nicer ones out there, like Winsor Newton has a nice set that I've heard great things about, and Holbein is another one that has a nice set. And they have two different types. They have an acrylic gouache and they have the traditional gouache. The acrylic gouache, I believe you cannot rework it. Once it's dry, it's done. I prefer the ones you can rework, but I can see the definite appeal to the ones that you can't rework. But anyway, I was working on her top, and then I realized that I wanted to have a translucent effect, you know, like this very sheer fabric. So I realized, well, if it's going to be sheer, and you should be able to see your silhouette. So I had to go back in and kind of fix that. When I decided to do her, the initial sketch, I think that's the only thing I did different from the actual painting, was her hair. You see where she has this very tribal look. I had looked up a few indigenous different tribes from different places around the world and kind of came up with this hodgepodge of different cultures and worked it together with my style. And I really like this braid style. And I wanted her hair, where it looks like tree branches or antlers, to be braids as well, but I decided to make them the same color as her skin. And I'll kind of dig in more about that later. I'm really big on morphology. I like for the women in my paintings to sometimes be a little more surreal. Sometimes they have antlers, or sometimes they have trees coming out of their heads, or sometimes they're half mermaid, half human, or maybe they have tentacles. Just a lot of different things that I've played with throughout the years with my women. Now right here I am kind of giving her like a little web pattern on her blouse, and here's where I got to play around with the pearlescent watercolors that come in all kinds of different metallic finishes. And I used the silver to go over what was the gray at first, to give it like this silver thread like webbing throughout her blouse. And I had fun with that. I had so much fun with that. I was going to paint her necklace where you see the three different teardrop shapes, but I decided, let me take some washi tapes, because I have a whole collection of a whole bunch of different ones, and use those beautiful tapes and incorporate a little mixed media in here. So that's what you see me doing, and I really love the way that turned out with the metallic finish in the tape as well. Now, getting back to her hair, I have this love affair, like I said, with morphology and morphing animals into humans or nature into humans. And when I was looking up different types of deer to use, I discovered that reindeers are indeed a real thing, and that reindeers, because I was going to make her hair tree branches, but when I discovered that the caribou reindeer is a species of deer where both the male and the female have antlers, Oh, I was so excited about that. Like, oh, this is a real thing. This is my kind of way of mocking nature. Not mocking, but imitating in nature. And it made me laugh because the female, although both of them shed their antlers, the females are the only ones that still have their antlers during that time of year where supposedly Santa and his reindeer, were out passing out gifts and everything. So although Rudolph and all of them, Donner and Blitzen and everybody is a male somewhat persona, they're actually females when you really want to get technical about it. But anyway, that sealed the deal for me in deciding to make her have antlers instead of tree branches. But because I have this love affair with trees, especially bare trees, I gave the forest this beautiful winter wonderland of bare trees that just kind of rest really softly in the background. So I had a win-win situation here. So this was so fun to create, and although it didn't seem like it would take a long time and it didn't seem like there were a lot of details, this painting, for it to be a gouache painting, did take quite a bit of time for me. And although I find gouache to be quite easy to work with, even though this is not a high-end brand, I like to blend it the same way I do oil paints, and I find ways that I can do so, and I find that it's easier to blend actually on the wood more so than on the paper. But I can still do it, but I just love wood anyway. I love showcasing the wood grain in the background, and sometimes I love the slight imperfections that it creates in the paint because I don't prime my wood. But yeah, that's just my personal preference. Here is where you see me laying down the background. Then I go back in off camera and just soften up that so that they look lighter and more wintry so that they don't distract from her antlers. And then I bring just a couple of trees to the foreground so that it gives the picture more visual interest and layers and depth. But I really hope you enjoyed this process as much as I enjoyed it, creating it. And it is available at my on my website at therichantart.com. And I do offer installment plans, so consider that. And also check out my Patreon. I have lots of perks and rewards over there for artists and for people who just like to collect art at an affordable rate. And thank you so much, you guys, for always tuning in and watching. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. So thanks for watching, and you will see me later on this week because I will be doing a video campaign for an art workshop on my faces. So stay tuned for that this week and sign up for it because I have an early bird special. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can check out my Instagram page at Therichantart and check out the info there. Peace and grace, everyone.